Hello, Facebook world. Hello, everybody. Hello, recording. I hope you guys are good. Let me just get set up because I'm going to be recording here on my computer. And I've also got Instagram going to go live. So give me 2 secs. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Let me know how you're feeling today. And if you are brave, I want you to write I am brave in the comments, because then I'm going to get this set up and then we are going to kick off our 30-minute express Harnessing Your Magic Within Masterclass. It is going to be epic. So for a starter, workbook, got it, ready to go. If you don't have your workbook or guide or form page doc, whatever you want to call it, please comment below so I can make sure I send you out a copy ASAP as well. I was multitasking, putting some washing on. So let's see how we go. I am really excited. Hello, everybody. Hopefully you can all hear me. Hi, Instagram. Hi, everybody. Yay. How are you all? I'm lovely to see you. Welcome to Harness Your Magic Within. Everybody, I'm Claire Burt. I am the Chief Inspiration Officer, owner, creator, publisher of Inspired Lifestyles, and I'm super excited to bring a 30-minute express masterclass at lunchtime for busy mums and busy women who fear that they have a fear of failure, fear of saying no, and limiting self-belief. So I'm really excited. So if you're watching this, we're going live on a few different platforms. So I have the recording and I have Facebook going, and then I've also got Instagram. So hello, everybody. Feel free to pop in, say hi. And as always, you must start to believe in yourself. Okay, I can offer you, and there are coaches and mentors and products and programs and podcasts and audio and books, but there's everything available to you, but you must be brave first. So in the comments, I want you to type in, I am brave, because if you are brave, you've taken that first step. So welcome, everybody. I am really excited. Before we kicked off Instagram, I said we have our workbook. It is a 4-page doc that has 3 really in-depth questions in there that is going to accompany this workshop or this masterclass. Really important that you also handwrite, because there is proven evidence that once you start writing physically with a pen on paper from your head, magic happens. I'm a serial note taker, and for those that are my clients, you'll hear me bang on all the time. I'm a paper diary girl. So there is magic that happens between your head and going through. So I'm really excited to see you. Don't be shy. Come on in, say hi. I can't see the comments on Facebook, but I will come back. So hopefully everyone is doing really well. And let's kick off. So we're going to cover 3 topics today. How this is going to work, 30 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up in 25 now. And we're going to cover the fear of failure really quickly. We're going to cover the fear of you being able to say no really quickly. Okay, and perhaps objections as well if you're in business, and limiting self-belief. So I'm going to share a bit of my experience first. I'm going to share some tips of what can work for you and what you can implement. And then I'm going to give you a strategy or a product that is going to back that up again to amplify that. So at the moment, I have got the doors open for the Elite Woman and the Activated Woman, which are my 2 signature programs, newly created, never been seen before. Elite Woman is a complete one-to-one program. Complete bespoke. You come in, we work together personally over a 12-month period, and we create a canvas in color. Now, what this means is that you actually get to see the day-to-day runnings of Claire Burt. You get to actually see how I run myself, my multiple businesses, how I show up, and how I've transformed from burnt out, anxiety, depression driven, busy corporate working mum, totally out of her depth, totally overworked, to now being someone who is creating a life that I feel I can give back, and we all want to give back. So that is really important. The Activated Woman is a group coaching program that is condensed into 6 weeks that you do with other people and other women that feel exactly like you, and we kick off on the 4th of October. So it's really interesting. We cover fears, we cover boundaries, inner circles, self-belief, feminine energy, masculine energy, and why we need to move away from living in our constant masculine, finding your intuition, and then putting all your habits and all your bits and pieces together. So we grab our habits, we are grabbing our inner circle, we are finding who we want, and we package it all up so that you start becoming the CEO of your dreams. Really amazing programs. And just for watching this, there is a $400 voucher available for you to take up when you sign up to become an elite woman or an activated woman. But I digress. If you are, and the reason I said if you are brave, do not wait for me to message you. Do not wait for me to come to you and say, how did you like my live? What did you do? Because like everybody else does, I want you to harness your own inner magic now. Take that brave step and say, I'm ready. I am brave and I want to look into a possibility of working so that I can release X, Y, and Z. So let's talk about the fear of failure really quickly as we kick off. Fear of failure is something that is so ingrained in us. It is something that feels within our depths of our soul, that is driven by our heads. Okay, a fear of failure is something that you've tried once. Maybe you were ridiculed when you're in the schoolyard. Maybe someone at work has said a sly comment and it is stuck to you. It is somehow ingrained itself in your mind that you are not good at anything, that you are not good enough, and that everything you touch just turns to crap. I want to ask you, and when you open up the workbook, there is an incredible set of questions, and I can't, like, this is the first question. Look at the depth of detail it goes into. You need to start looking and writing all of this out. So at the moment when you feel that heaviness, when you feel that fear of failure, like you're just turning over stones and there is nothing but mud underneath, when you feel that trigger, where has that come from? Where does that moment, where in your timeline have you been able to go, oh, maybe I'm thinking I'm a failure, but I'm actually just trying, okay? Comes from a space that you are really stressed and you are really worried. Perhaps, you're running a small business in Melbourne, you're within construction industry and you are finding it hard. Cost of materials has gone up, you can't find staff, okay? Customers are paying you late, it builds up. Does this sound familiar, right? It is sounding so familiar because this is my life at the moment. Everything I am sharing, I share from experience, okay? So when you feel stressed and when you feel worried and you feel like you've got to go, okay, well, that didn't work, I've got to try plan B, plan C, plan Z. What you're actually doing is not living in the present and reviewing and analyzing what's going on. You're not actually looking at the overall picture. You're just saying, well, if it didn't work, I must be a failure. Everyone must be right. Everyone who said, I can't do it, I'm not good enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not smart enough, I don't know enough people, it's not working. See, I told you. Perhaps you are in a social selling environment and you find it really difficult to convert conversations into customers. That's really normal, okay? But what it says is that you are not a failure. Perhaps you just need a little tweaks. And are you brave enough to ask for help? Are you being brave enough to ask for help? Okay. How often do you feel that you just are completely blown away? How often do you feel that you are just on the brink of going, chucking it all in, saying, I can't do this anymore? How often do you feel triggered by that feeling? Okay. When you work into a project and it doesn't work, or something trips and it doesn't click on, the light doesn't come on, you were running late for a live and you're putting washing in the dryer. How often do you feel that you are not good enough? Do you see a problem in every opportunity, or do you see an opportunity in every problem? The negative mind will always speak louder because your mind and your conscious mind doesn't want you to grow. Your conscious mind does not want you to seek another opportunity. It doesn't want you to go have fun. It doesn't want you to meet new people. It doesn't want you to start up a side hustle if that's what you're good at. It doesn't want you to start writing because it is keeping you safe. It doesn't want you to learn that maybe there's a new wide world out there, that maybe you can leave the job that you've been in for 10 years. Maybe you can open up and let your walls down and let love in. Maybe you can step back from life and go, okay, I need a breather for a minute. I'm not a failure. I'm not broken. It's just tough at the moment. And I want you to remember that, because your fear of failure will always say, oh, but it won't work. Who do you think you are to do that? You don't come from that lineage. You don't come from that. Your family doesn't believe that. But what if it does? What if that initial excitement when you are offered a job, an opportunity, a date, a day off, whatever that is, an opportunity to start something new, an opportunity to go to an event and express yourself, that initial excitement is your intuition saying, please try. Please. Sorry, I had a call come through. Please try. Because nothing is ever going to set you back as much. Your fear of failure is keeping you safe because it doesn't want you to learn anything new. Your fear of failure is keeping you safe because it doesn't want you to meet new people. But what if you meet more people? What if you have the opportunity to learn? And what if you stumble through these little downs and you find your magic that is something that you didn't even know you wanted? What would that do? Okay, your fear of failure is preventing you from trying, from giving it a go. And if you're a mum, I want to ask you this question. I had a chat with my friend yesterday. If your kids came to you and said, I'm giving up, I'm no good at basketball, what am I going to do? I can't bounce the ball, I can't pass the ball, I can't reach the hoop, I'm just not good enough, I'm not fast enough. What would you say to your child? Are you going to say, yeah, maybe you are a bit crap and you should sit down? Hell no. You are going to tell them that you are only 6. This is your second training session, and that how are you meant to be in this professional mindset when you haven't even learned the basics and you haven't even stepped on the court? How can you admit defeat and resign to failure if you haven't given it a crack? No, you tell them to give it a go. Ask for help. Be brave. All right. And I want you to take that language to you. Because if you are not taking that language to you, if you are not self-parenting yourself, there is no way or no coach out there that can help you. None. Because you're going to be resistant to every opportunity and advice. So my advice to you is this: be brave, self-parent yourself, and really step back and look at everything. Are you a complete failure? Is that story true? Hell no, it's not. Perhaps you did 3/4 of something and you just needed the last little piece to make it perfect. So my tips to overcome your fear of failure in a really short express version is this. I want you to have a think about your earliest memory and there's triggers and the patterns of when you feel that you are failing. I want you to write down those moments. So in that moment at work, when it's all too much, you grab a pen and you've always got your notebook with you. And I want you to, when you say, gosh, this is working, it's not working, I'm giving up. I want you to write down that moment. What are you doing? And I want you to go back and think, okay, well, that's interesting. That happened last week or yesterday or last month. Write it all down. Be judgment-free and look at it as an analytical brain and a pattern. What are the patterns? What are the triggers? What are the stresses contributing to that environment? And then I want you to look into your body and feel where you feel that pain. Is it in your back? Is it in your shoulder? Is it behind your shoulder blade? Is it in your neck? Perhaps you hold your stress like me in your jaw. I want you to write that down too, because energy is stored in our body, and all of the healers and Reiki masters out there are going to tell you this. Okay, get it out of your body. Find it. It starts by writing it all out. And then you need to get this workbook and you really need to get into this. So the questions are here. When did this event occur? Who was involved? Okay, when you think of it, what does it make you feel? Really get stuck into the questions. Once you start becoming curious with yourself, it's amazing what happens. So the strategy for this, my advice, my opinion on how you would combat and slowly overcome your fear of failure is you need to work on your growth mindset. You need to work on your inherited stories, and you need to start rewriting your feminine energy and step away from your heavy masculine control. Okay. Would it be good for you to step more into your feminine? What could you allow in? All right. Really feel into that. And if you could step away. Now, let me give you this hot tip. Your fear of failure is never, ever going to go away completely. It's just that you start to become in tune to the triggers and you pick it up before it takes hold. So that's a little tip too. So growth mindset, you need to work on your inherited stories, find out where that came from, and then work out on your feminine energy. Where does that sit? How do you need to amp that up? And that is going to help you get over the triggers quicker so that you can combat your fear of failure. So let's talk about the fear of known. If you're a people pleaser that holds hands with your fear of failure and a fear of disappointment, that great trio is going to help you Maintain your fear of no. You're going to be the one that says yes to everything. You are going to fear saying no. And what does that mean? If for me, it meant in the corporate world, I was the go-to person. I was the point of anchor for parts of the business that weren't even my job or my responsibility, because I didn't have boundaries and I didn't set them. So I would say yes, get annoyed, get frustrated, and do the job anyway. I would get frustrated that I had to come home and do work and spend time without my kids, okay, doing work. I was so worried about saying no, because all I knew was that if you say yes, more opportunity will come. You'll look good to your bosses. You will get more shifts. You will get more opportunity. No, you don't. Bosses and ego, and I've learned this along the way, love collaborative approach and love that banter. So if you can sit there and objectively put forward a comment, a suggestion, without saying, leave it with me, I'll make it good for you, that is going to allow a collaborative approach that is going to be phenomenal. So that is how I essentially went from an entry-level role into management in corporate world, because I learned to play the game. And by playing the game, I mean, I was the gold girl who got the gold stars. I had the alpha mindset that I was the ego. Everyone knew who I was. So I walked into a room and everyone knew that minute that they could sweet talk me and I could do it, because my fear of no meant that I was always going to go above and beyond and never ask for a pay rise, never ask for time off, never ask for anything more, never ask for recognition, because I would rather stand in the background. So your people-pleasing manners are doing you no good at all, okay? Your fear of rejection, abandonment, and disappointment, like I said, are all holding hands with your people-pleasing, and they're the ones that are holding you back. They're the ones that are saying, but if you say no, they're going to think funny of you. They're not going to come to you next time. Well, how about this? How about your boss actually thinks that you're brave? And how about that you actually feel empowered because you could set a boundary and they understood that maybe they've overloaded you too much? They're going to keep giving until you crack. Then when you crack, you're out and they're going to replace you with someone else. So you are causing yourself more pain by chasing that gold star. Your fear of no, the ability of you to continually say no isn't doing nothing good for you. Okay, that judgment that you feel is coming isn't actually true. They're not judging you because you said no. Okay, and if they do, then that's their problem, not yours. Your problem is to look after you, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, to look after your family, to bring an income in, to keep a roof over your head. That is your job. Your job is not to do their job. They get paid to do that stuff. You get paid to do yours. Okay. So my tip number 2 for overcoming the fear of being able to say no without the guilt. Okay. How do you do that? Well, all of the times where you feel you have not been able to say no, where you have said yes, but you have instantly and reluctantly thought, I don't want to do this, you need to list these all down. You need to list the moments. And it's really important why in the last 2, I've asked you to list them, because it's about noticing the patterns. It's about pattern interruption. It's about looking at your life going, this is where I feel I am my most vulnerable. And what can I do to empower that? Okay, what are your trigger points? Like I said quickly before, the fears are always going to be there. You are never, ever, ever not going to have a fear of judgment, a fear of disappointment, a fear of rejection. They're all going to be there. You just get your skills better and you get better at recognizing the triggers and combating those before the fears take over. So boundaries for this, the strategy to combat your fear of no and objection is really, really simple. It's about boundaries, and you need to work on why you feel so guilty and why you feel like you let people down. Okay, your intuition and your habits are going to go hand in hand with your boundaries, and that is why it is so important to work with a coach that is going to enforce these habits with you. Like I said, in the Elite Woman, you basically come and virtually live with me. You see what I live, eat, breathe, do every single day. There is an open book in the elite woman. You get access to everything. You see what I do on a daily basis. You see how I structure my week, how I write my habits, how I force myself on the days where I don't want to show up because I know where I don't want to be. So that is really, really important. So the strategy for this is boundaries. We go through a massive module in breaking up with being busy that you get access to when you both join the activated woman and the elite woman as well. Working on your boundaries is going to be the golden gate that protects you. So your energy is here. It's going to protect your energy from being swallowed up. So I hope this has been good. We got one more to go, guys. I'm so excited. Express Masterclass. We've discussed fear of failure, how that shows up, fear of no, what that is doing to you, and your lack of self-belief shows up simply. And you can note, if once I say this, you're going to picture it in so many people. You often seek advice in so many different people, although you already know what the answer is. You are waiting for someone else to decide what you should do in your life. And then you get to complain that it's not your fault because so-and-so told you to do it. You feel, when you lack self-belief, you feel so down in your confidence, your ability, perhaps it's in your appearance, the way you speak, how you feel, how you look, how you present. Having a bad day, aches and pains, you're not energetically right. Perhaps you feel resentful because people around you don't support or believe in you. Perhaps you feel as though you don't fit in, you're a little different. And because of that, you're not harnessing that difference. You're harnessing that feeling of, well, I must be the problem. It must be me. And then you really struggle allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to come, and you come in really heavily guarded. So you're short, you're sharp, you're dead straight, deadpan straight. Okay, because you feel like you're going to be judged. You feel like you're going to feel criticism straight away. You are highly emotional and you do not take well to criticism. How do I know that this is true, guys? This is me. This was me. Some is me on some days. This is why I know. This is why I'm speaking in such a real world language. I'm not fluffing it around with the scientific terms, the neuro-linguistic terms. I'm putting it in black and white details, everyday terms, because this is me. This is why I created Inspired Lifestyles. This is why I created the Activated Woman, why I create and passionate about the Elite Woman. So my tips to increase your self-belief, my tips to allow the voice here to soften and this to speak is you must meditate and visualize. You will not overcome your self-belief and find confidence unless you start visualizing where you want to be and who it is you want to be. What does your dream look like? Who do you feel? How have you gotten there? What do you look like? Who have you got around you? What is the sound? What is the color? What is the energy? You need to meditate and visualize, calm the brain to let the heart sing. It also means that you are going to have to get some habits done. It also means you're going to have to probably pull your finger out and do things you don't want to do, or do things that you've been putting off. Writing, walking, sunshine, water, bam. 4 habits a day that can be done. It is going to boost your energy levels and boost your confidence. You're going to start believing you are bloody magic. I was going to say a different word, bloody magical. All right. So I've created short 10-minute meditations because I believe you can harness so much in 10 minutes, and it is what my market is. So I have 10-minute meditations in the morning and in the afternoon, in the nighttime, that really deliver me the feeling of what it's like for me to have what I want, what it's like for me to have what I feel. How will I feel? What will it feel like? What will it look like when I have it? So like I said, the strategy is visualization, meditation techniques, okay, specializing and focusing on feminine energy. Okay, so that when you get to that, you start to release the blockages that you feel within your body, and you allow your womb space and your feminine energy to pull you forward, and that you start glowing. Now, that can only happen if you are working with someone who has those modalities, who has felt that masculine energy for far too long. And that's why I'm here, coming to you and presenting the Activated Woman and the Elite Woman. So the teaching part is done, guys. I hope that has been amazing. Let me know in the comments how that has come across. For those that don't perhaps know my style, I am a very direct style, but I'm a nurturing, kind productive, habit, efficiency person as well. It is very, very important that you don't do stuff that is worth hours in your day to add more. You chunk it down and you do quality over quantity every single day. Okay, quality over quantity. So what happens from here? Well, go through, watch the replay. Don't smack yourself in the head with this. Watch the replay, get the workbook, answer the questions. As you answer the questions, watch the replay, pause it, keep writing. Okay, and then you're going to message me, because remember, I asked you to be brave. Remember, the clients that I have who messaged me first, who were brave and said, I'm signed up, send me the link, we need to do this now, versus the clients that I had to almost persuade and bring them out and say, you need to do this, this would be great for you, are parallels apart. The growth succession for those that have been brave and said, yes, I'm busy, but I want more and I need you to show me how to do it, have succeeded up here. Not to say that these ones haven't, but their belief and their bravery and their vulnerability and their determination has driven that scale up. So are you prepared to drive that scale up? Or are you waiting for a diamond encrusted platter to come across on a beautifully sunny day with a mojito and say, sweetheart, why don't you come work with me? We can hug together. Kind of not me. I am here to pull you out of that struggle. I am here to open up my diary to you, my workings, my bits and pieces, my life, and show you what I do each and every single day as a mum of 2 boys and 2 businesses, how I get to be what I want to be now. And how do I overcome my triggers? Because boy, I've got a whole heap of them and I want to share those with you. So I trust that this has been amazing. For those that are watching the replays, please pop a replay in the comment just so that I can come back and say hi, because you've obviously taken the time to get stuck in this with me and support me and show me, and I want to come back and say hi and show the love. For those that don't have the workbook, please reach out. And for those that have the video, have the replay, have the workbook, and are like, oh, hell yeah, I'm in, then please comment link or something below so I can get a conversation, get the team getting you the information you need. 4th of October, we start. The activated woman, the elite woman. Okay, you got 2 weeks to get your stuff organized, girls, and you got $400 off. Do you want access to what's inside my diary? I use Post-it notes, I use stickers and highlighters. A good friend of mine, Jodie, will resonate with that on so many levels. It was 30 minutes express, ladies, as promised. If you are not brave, the platter will continue to pass you by. If you are not brave, you can sit there in your resentful state because nothing is ever going to change. If you are brave, you are going to elevate to this level 100 times, okay? And if you can't elevate to that, then you don't have a right to sit and complain here. You need to meet the mark. All right. So ladies, I trust that this has been amazing. Oh, Vanessa and to Amy on Insta who have joined me. Hello, darlings. How are you? Please make sure you come back and watch the replay. Like I said, get a copy of the workbook and let's get talking in these next 2 weeks to get you your $400 off and make sure that you are in the activated woman and the elite woman. Because if you want to know my secrets, they're in these programs. So much love, everybody, and I'll catch you all really, really soon. Much love. Bye.